In this Blender tutorial, I will show you how to use Blender's Sculpting Remesh feature. And after this video, if you'd like to learn how to use Blender's Dyntopo feature, then I also have a tutorial on that. I'll leave the link in the description, and you can also check out my sculpting tutorial playlist for more sculpting tutorials. So I've just created this simple head base mesh, and I'm going to go to the sculpting layout. So the main reason why you use the remesh feature is to add more geometry to your sculpt. So to use the remesh feature, make sure you have your object selected and make sure you are in the sculpting mode. Now what you can do is press the R key, and pressing the R key is going to bring up this grid, and you can move the mouse around to change the size of the grid. Or in my case, it is a tablet because I'm using my Huey on screen drawing tablet, and I will have some Amazon affiliate links in the description to some tablets that I recommend. So if you purchase something through those links, then I will earn a small commission, but with no extra cost to you. So just hit the R key, and then I can move my pen up and I can make it more detailed. Now the other way to do this is to click and drag over here until you see the remesh option right here. And also right down here, the remesh option is here on the side panel. So you can drag the voxel size right here. This will change the size of the amount of detail, but the problem with using this value here is that you're not able to see a visual representation of the actual size. So it's much better to just use the R key so you can actually see the amount of detail. Then to actually remesh the object, you're going to press Ctrl R, and you can see that it is going to remesh the object. So if I click on sculpt mode and go into edit mode, you can see it's remeshed the object, and so now there's much more vertices and it's much more detailed. So I can go back to sculpt mode. So now I can start to sculpt this, so I'll use the clay strips brush, and I'm going to start just by carving in the eyes. And because we use the remesh feature, we now have more geometry to sculpt with. And then if I want more detail, I can hit the R key, I can drag this up, and I'll make it more detailed, maybe that detailed. Then I can press Ctrl R, and again that's going to remesh it. And if you don't want to press Ctrl R, you can click up here on remesh, and then you can click on the remesh button instead. And now the sculpt has even more geometry, and so I can sculpt with more detail. And then I'm going to click here to go to the crease brush, and I'm just going to start to crease in the mouth. You can see it's a bit low quality, so again you can hit the R key, you can make it even more detailed, and then you can press Ctrl R again, and it's going to remesh it again, and now you can see I have much more detail, so I can sculpt a more detailed mouth. So the remesh feature is a great tool in Blender's sculpt mode. However, there are a few downsides to using this workflow. One thing that I don't like about the Dyntopo feature is that it adds even geometry all over your sculpt. So like right here where the mouth is, I'm going to want lots of detail. However, right here on the back of the face, I'm not really going to see the back of the face here, and so I really don't need that much geometry back here. But if I go into edit mode, you can see it's going to give the same amount of detail all along the face. So this is one big reason why I usually use the Dyntopo feature instead. And the Dyntopo feature just adds geometry as you're sculpting, and so if you're sculpting in one area, that area will be more detailed, but then the rest of the sculpt can be less detailed. So if you'd like to watch my other tutorial on how to use the Dyntopo workflow, you can check that out with the link in the description. Although one thing about the remesh which I like a lot better than the Dyntopo is it's not nearly as laggy, and that is because the Dyntopo feature adds geometry as you sculpt, so it's a bit more laggy, but with the remesh feature you aren't actually adding any more geometry, you're just pulling the mesh around. Now another reason why you may not want to use the remesh feature is if you already have some of the mesh which is very detailed. So I'm just creasing in the mouth here to make it more detailed. But then I'm going to go over here to the side of the head, and I'm going to start to add an ear. And then if I go here to the back of the ear and I start to crease it in, you can see it's kind of stretching the faces, and so I might want to remesh this again. So what I could do is just press Ctrl R, and you can see now the detail is much more even, so I can crease this in, I could crease it in even more, and then press Ctrl R again, and I could keep creasing that in, and it's going to add more detail to that area. However, now if I go back here to the mouth, you can see the mouth is all messed up and it isn't creased anymore, because every time you remesh it, it's going to remesh the entire object. So if I am using the remesh feature, I usually only use the remesh feature when I'm getting the general shape of the sculpt, but then when I'm ready to add more details to the sculpt, I use the Dyntopo feature, and so it's just going to add more detail when you need it. Now there's one more great use of the Dyntopo feature, and that is when you want to join objects together to sculpt them. So let's just say that I'm sculpting an arm here, and I have the top of the arm, then I have the joint, and then I have the lower arm. Well, what I can do is box select all the objects, and I can press Ctrl J, and this will join the objects together into one object. But now if I go into sculpt mode and try to sculpt this, you can see there's a problem here. It's not connecting, and that is because we have the mesh which is overlapping inside the objects. If I go into wireframe, you can see those cylinders cylinders are overlapping and they're inside this other object. So what I'm going to do is go back to solid view, and again I can hit the R key and I can add whatever amount of detail that I want, and then I can press Ctrl R and it's going to remesh it, and now if I go inside the object you can see it's all been joined together into one object. And I can start to sculpt this, and you can see it is seamlessly sculpting it together. So the remesh option can be super helpful when you're creating a base mesh and you want to join multiple objects together for sculpting. So that is how you use Blender's remesh feature in the sculpting mode. And if you'd like to learn how to use the Dyntopo feature, you can check out my other tutorial on that with the link in the description. And you can also check out my sculpting tutorial playlist to learn more about sculpting in Blender. And if you found this video helpful and you'd like to help support me and this channel, then some great ways to do that are by checking out my Gumroad and my Patreon and the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description. But I hope you found this helpful, and thanks for watching.